Hi everybody, Jules with Jude here. I'm going to give this a shot on my own, so we'll see how it turns out. I want to show you how to make a Skinner blend with 3 colors. So, gonna check it out and make sure you guys can see me when I'm done, but these cuts are a little bit different, okay? You've got your regular squares, and what I'm doing is I'm offsetting these cuts a little bit so that the really white will be on one side and the really blue will be on the other side, okay? And the light blue here is going to be in the center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over and still make my square. Okay, and it's just going to be a little on the smaller side. Let's see if I do this right. So just keep an eye out on how I'm doing this. Want to turn these over and match them up, but you see these little ends, they're not like pointed like the other side. They're a little on the off cut, so to speak. So keep a lookout. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this more into a, oh, I see. So I apologize. I did not cut this. This has to be doubled over as well. We want to try to stay with the same thickness. Okay, so there we go. Let's go back. Put this together here like this. And we got ourselves a square. And we're going to square it up. Okay, and as you can see, there's 3 colors, and voila. And it's something that's going to be a little bit more important to remember when we do this, is to try to keep these colors as we send them through the pasta machine. And you're not going to be able to see that, but you know how to put your product through the machine, so you don't need to see me do that. But I will bring it over to the table each and every time and show you how we're putting this together. Now, hopefully you can see this, and what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to line ourselves up as much as possible with the blue, white lines, okay? And that's, as you can see, they're very straight. And I'm going to try to make them as straight as possible. Now there will be some blending, so it's not like you're going to need to be exactly right, but you're going to have to do as best as you can to come as close as you can to it, because we want a different looking blend, and it's going to be a little bit more blunt on the very ends. And I just cannot wait to show you some of these things that we make with these after we cut them up, after we roll them up into a blend. We do something with those canes. We make kaleidoscopes and flowers and leaves and beads, all kinds of things. So we just try to keep this nice and lined up here. And it takes a couple times to go through. I'm on the largest setting, by the way. So whatever that is for your pasta machine, you want the widest. And the widest it is, the better for now. And this is not a big, large blend, okay? Just want you to know that. And the most important thing is to make sure that this color is white, dark blue, white, and then in between will be the transitional blend, okay? And you know how this is if you've been practicing with me. This takes a little while to send this through the machine, but I had already conditioned my clay when we started. because these videos take a long time to upload when they're really, really long. And I want you to use this more along the lines of a library that you can refer back to. And myself as well, by the way. I do so many different crafts, I lose track of what's coming up next for me, so I have to keep it in line, and this is going to work for a library for myself, just as it can for you. If you're a student of mine or a future student of mine, I'll be able to refer you back to these videos, and this is where you will be able to practice your Skinner blends and see how they're made whenever they're referenced in a video. Now, I'm almost there, believe it or not. I'm going to just try to get this straightened out a little bit. Now, the other blends that we did previous to this were more of a blend, I want to say. This is a sharper blend. Okay, let's see if you can see that. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fold it over, and then we're going to put it down the machine the other way to make it longer. And then we're going to roll it up. It has a different effect. It's not 2 colors, it's 3 colors, if you remember. And the good thing about the videos are you can go back, and don't forget to squeeze your tops in. There we go. We'll send the white down first, and that's the highest one. The highest one for me is 7. And that's the thickest one for me. So whatever the thickest one is for your pasta machine, that'll be what you'll be using. Okay, now I'm going to move it down just a couple. And as I said before, you want to go gradually because you want to make sure that the machine that you're working with doesn't get carried away and do it too thin where it's sticking to the machine and it's not working, okay? So, this blend you want to try to make as precise as possible. You see that? We're pretty good here. It's not all raggedy. Other blends, you know, they're very forgiving. This blend, we want to make sure it's just a lot better because when we cut it down to make it into petals, or to make it into a kaleidoscope, we want to be a little bit more precise, okay? Okay. Now, and you twist, you roll, and then you push, you roll, push. And you let go some of that. And you wanted to make sure you get some of those bubbles that might be in there. And that is how we're keeping it nice and straight, okay? I hope you're getting a good shot at this. If not, I'll retape it for you. My little Chucky is in there. He's either playing his game or sleeping, which is what teenagers do. So now I'm on the really darker one. See how transition was so light in the center, and so dark at the end, and so bright in the center. So pretty much my blade is down here. What I want to do is try to put an edge on that so that when I blend, hopefully you can see that, I'm making it blend together. And I'm going to gently roll. Get this mess out of the way so you can see a little better. Okay. Remember, I'm not doing this very roughly, okay? I'm going to gently push that down there. You see my blend? Cool, huh? Wait till you see how it turns out. Once I put it into a kaleidoscope version of it. Now I'm just going to go slightly into cutting this down, okay? I want to make sure you see it. I'm trying to flatten it out. It might have a little white here or there from my fingers, but you know, gotta get used to washing my fingers off in between blends here too. I just go right on in. Okay. Now this is what I'm going to do. Again, I want to go straight down the center. Okay. Look at that. All right. Not too bad. I'm going to want a little bit better, but it's very difficult when you're being videotaped and then there we go. Now this is what we have. I want you to see this. Okay? So what they usually want you to do is push these sides in just a little bit. Okay? And then you do the same with your other one. I know, it looks so strange, and believe me, this one's a little bit on the larger side, but we'll get through it. And we'll reduce it down a little bit. Get it to look right. And of course this one's a little small, so you must shoot that like 100 times to get it just perfect. But I'm sure if you're watching these videos, you're a little anxious to see what the heck am I doing with all of these tube-like pieces of clay. So this is so fun when you get into this and you start learning what to do. And really what I'm doing now is making a triangle. I'm trying to keep my white at the top. That's why we squeeze in the white to the top, okay? And you try to get a more triangle shape. And a little blue might creep up there, you know. We're all learning, so we're going to do the best we can, myself included. We'll learn together. I don't claim to be a professional polymer clay, just a very devoted artist and learning my technique, your techniques, and doing it together. And that is really truly fun. Now look, that's really not too bad of a first try here. So what I'm going to do is cut this. I'd like to do it, you could, you know, reducing is, remember what reducing is, pushing and squeezing. So I got a good 1, 2, 3, three. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 3 inches. So we're gonna try to cut this in half as much as possible. This is not a scientific procedure. Now look at that. That is what we've been doing. And that is some of what we're going to be looking at and putting together. So I'm not going to go much further than this, because what I would like to do in the future is start with our blends already made. And then that way, there's a lot more that goes on with this, okay? There's a lot of squaring it back up, making it back into triangles, matching it up, joining it back together, offsetting it, sometimes like that. So I just want you to see a little bit of it in this video. I don't want to go too far ahead, because as I said, these videos will be used as a little library for everybody that wants to use them, for as long as they want to use them. So I'm going to say bye for now. Bye. Hope you can see me.